Hi, I'm Beryl, and the theme for today's video are my 5 favorite rice dishes that I have cooked on this channel. This trip down memory lane was very much inspired by the spam fried rice that I made in my spam video last week. So with that, let's start with number 5, which is Albaloo Polo from Iran. And it's number 5 because it was a little hard to make.
Hello Beryl and everyone. My name is Nina and I'm from Vacaville, California in the US. The dish I want to share with you all is called Albaloo Polo, and it's from my mom's homeland of Iran. Albaloo means sour cherries and Polo means cooked rice. The reason why I love Albaloo Polo so much is because it's the perfect marriage of sweet and sour, and it's very delicious. It always conjures up memories of my mom and my grandma, and think of them when I eat it. And also my American dad, I'm very surprised he even loves it, since he's neither a lover of rice nor a lover of fruit inside rice. Give Albaloo Polo a try. A totally unexpected taste from the red vibrancy of the cherries, and give it a try. I hope all of you will enjoy it.
The final plating for this dish is so stunningly beautiful, like all of the different colors, quite the showstopper. I'm excited to try this. I've never had cherries with rice. I love it. There is this combo of sweet and sour, and the saffron in the rice is awesome. I like the cherries. I bought sour cherries frozen at the Middle Eastern supermarket near my house because most of the cherries in America are sweet Bing cherries, not the right cherries for this dish. I'm gonna come clean with all of you. If you follow me on Instagram, you know what I'm about to tell you. We had a small disaster when I made this dish. I burnt the living heck out of it the first time. The whole thing had to go in the bin. The method that the recipe gave me to cook the rice was like parboil the rice, then you layer the rice with the cherries, and then you steam cook it. What I ended up with was just like a black bottom, unsavable. It looked kind of terrible. I obviously remade it and it did look fine. What I did the second time around, which I didn't refilm because I was like, rah, I just cooked the rice normally with the cherries inside of it. And I honestly feel like I ended up in the same place, just without the burnt bottom. If you don't burn this rice dish, it's honestly an incredibly simple dish to make. It tastes super special. Overall, it's a win. Rice dish number 4 is actually rice with the dish, but I felt like it applied. It's from the Bahamas, and this is Fire Engine.
Hi Beryl, my name's Serena and I'm from the Bahamas. Today I would like to speak to you about a national dish called Fire Engine. Fire Engine is made from canned corned beef, which usually comes in a square can. It's reddish in color and very salty and savory. In the Bahamas, corned beef is usually eaten in the mornings for breakfast over white grits, or in the evenings over white rice. Fire Engine is made by sauteing sweet peppers, onions, garlic, fresh thyme, tomato paste, and canned corned beef. I tend to like it because it's quite convenient and very easy to prepare in just little as 10 minutes. In the Bahamas, we are a country that consists of over 700 islands, which makes transportation and refrigeration for a long time very complicated. So a lot of people prefer shelf-stable meals, sort of canned meat, sort of tuna, mackerel, and corned beef. In my family, Fire Engine was usually one of the first dishes that we would learn to make growing up. My dad always let us help him prepare it, so it also has a very special place in my heart and memory of my father. I think someone should try it for the experience. I think they may be surprised at how savory and salty, but also very good it is. Some people may find it intimidating because of the sodium content, for preservation reasons, but I think that it should be tried. It is awesome.
This is Fire Engine from the Bahamas. I looked up why it's called Fire Engine, and one of the things was that because of the heat from the pepper, it feels like a fire in your mouth. Fun! The spices definitely... Fire engine. The lime is adding like a really nice burst of freshness. I think that the notion is with a canned meat that it's gonna be overly salty and just kind of like maybe an overwhelming flavor because of preservatives. However, this tastes super fresh. I'm digging it. It definitely has like the flavors of the Caribbean here. It's really good. I feel like the tomato paste with the excuse me. I feel like the tomato paste with the lime juice is blending to help alleviate the saltiness of the meat. With the rice, everything comes together. It's like filling, it's delicious, it's so flavorful. I think when it comes to having canned corned beef, you're not gonna have a bland dish. And starting from that point is like, that's always a good thing, right? Number 3 is this omurice hack that was game changing.
Hi, my name is Genie, and I'm from Chicago in the United States. The dish I want to share with you today is my college version of omurice. Omurice is a Japanese dish made with fried rice cooked in a savory sauce and then covered with an omelette. I'm not going to offend anyone by saying my version is in any way authentic. It's not. It is the perpetually broke, time-crunched Midwestern college students version made with leftover rice, fried kimchi, ketchup, Spam, and wrapped in an omelette, because an egg makes everything better. This was the perfect college meal for me in that my mom would keep me supplied with giant bags of Korean sticky rice and jars of kimchi and cans of Spam. I went to architecture school here in Chicago, and it was a love-hate experience. I loved it sometimes and hated it sometimes and took extra long to graduate because I couldn't decide on an actual direction in my life. So kudos to the 22-year-olds who have it more together than I did. I made up this recipe when I was remembering visiting my grandmother in Seoul, and she would make me ketchup and fried rice and wrap it in an omelette. I added the fried kimchi, which if you've never tried fried kimchi before, you have to try it. It's so, so good. And Spam was something we ate regularly at my house. I've never been a great cook. I've always been someone who prefers to assemble food rather than cook food. If you love ketchup with your eggs, which I know is controversial, you can whip this dish together in less than 5 minutes on a weeknight. I think you'll be surprised at how delicious and balanced it is, even though it has super humble ingredients and it's kind of scrappy, like me.
This is the omurice hack. And if you haven't actually seen what Genie was talking about, I'm putting in a clip of omurice. I can definitely see how this is a bit of a hack because that looks incredibly complicated to make. Wow, the Spam fried rice with the fried kimchi is next level. Wow, I wish I had been having this in college. Honestly, at the end of the day, my biggest takeaway from this whole channel is how much I love Spam. I had never had Spam before. I did this one episode of Spam Around the World and it was like, oh my God. And now I just feel like when I go grocery shopping, I just pick up Spam because I love having it for breakfast. This is 100% going into the will be making again. It is all of my favorite things combined. And the presentation is just, it's really fun. And eating it together is also really fun. I think I need a new adjective. At number 2, Koshari from Egypt. This was a lot of work, but it is spectacular.
Hi everyone, my name is Hisham. I'm from Alexandria, Egypt. So when people first think about Egypt, I don't really imagine that we think about specific cuisines, but I wish more people know about our dishes. And today I'm going to be talking about Koshari, our national dish. The origin story of this dish is a bit undetermined. The dish we know today, it was assembled in the 40s of the 19th century. So this dish has been eaten for more than 100 years now. It's an old, beautiful dish. The main ingredients of this dish are rice, vermicelli, lentils, chickpeas, pasta, 2 kinds of pasta, 2 sauces, tomato sauce, and da'a, which is a cuminy garlic sauce. If I would describe how it tastes like, I would say it's a party of flavor in your mouth. You get the spiciness of the tomato sauce, you get the tanginess of the cuminy garlicky sauce, you got these soft textures of rice and lentils and pasta, and you got this crispy sweet onion on top. So you got everything you would like in one bite. And I love how it doesn't have a very specific ingredient that you will only find in Egypt. You can find the ingredients anywhere, so you can make it literally anywhere in the world. So if I would say why this dish is special to me, I have such a poetic reason. If you've gone to Egypt, you will know Egyptians are not the same. We have different colors, we have different traditions and customs, but at the end we're all Egyptians. So koshari is eaten by everyone. If you're poor, you're rich, you're young, you're old, whatever you are, you will eat it and you will like it. So it's so good and it can't go wrong.
Well, that was a lot of work. I had one burner really to do all of this on, so I'm pretty proud of myself. I mean, this is the ultimate carb bomb. It could be heavy, obviously, between the rice and the pasta and the lentils and the chickpeas, but you have these two very vinegary and tangy sauces that help kind of brighten everything. And I mean, it's just like the ultimate comfort food. So I've actually been to Egypt before. My sister was living there and I went to visit her and I traveled all around the country. It was absolutely amazing. And I found that koshari actually has kind of slight variance depending on where you are. The sauces are actually different. So in Alexandria, where Mayar lives, the sauces are a little bit different than in Cairo, where I had the majority of my koshari. Also, Mayar, you and I are soul sisters on the crispy fried onion. I love them. And if you guys have seen my other video, you know I love them too. Crispy fried onions. I did buy chickpeas that I didn't have to cook, and I bought the lentils pre-cooked. I really think what this was about was making the sauces. Everything else could kind of be assembled even with leftovers because all the flavor comes in the sauces. I think that what Mayar said was really nice, that it doesn't matter who you are, young or old, rich or poor, that this is a very universal dish in Egypt. And I think in general there's something really nice about that, about a dish that kind of unifies a country that has so much diversity and is so spread out. One country truly united by its love for carbs. And number one is Rasam rice from India. This just has become a comfort food of mine.
Hey Beryl, I'm Anu and I live in New York City. I grew up in Singapore, but I'm originally from Tamil Nadu in the southern part of India. To me, comfort food is foods that improve your mood and provide a sense of belonging. The comfort food that I'm sharing today is called Rasam, specifically Rasam rice. Rasam is a tangy, spicy tomato lentil soup flavored with tamarind, mustard seeds, and curry leaves. It's usually served hot, but you can drink it on its own or over steamed rice and ghee, which is my favorite way of eating it. There are many different variations of rasam. Some people flavor it with lemon and ginger, other people with peppercorns or cumin, which is a little deeper in flavor. And some people even flavor it with beetroot and pineapple. Rasam rice is special to me because it takes me back to when my mom and my grandmothers made it for us almost every day growing up. I love this dish because it's perfect anytime and anywhere. I especially love it when it's a cold or rainy day or when I'm feeling a little under the weather. Ever since I moved halfway across the world for college, I've grown to appreciate the dish all the more because it serves as a reminder of my family in times of stress or isolation. So to me, it's like a hug in a bowl. Hope you enjoy it.
Okay, I have my rice with rasam, and I wasn't sure how you were supposed to plate it, so I just did what I thought looked pretty. It smells really good, and I actually liked how easy this was to make. We only had one mistake, burning myself while I was tempering the spices. God dang! That's pretty typical, at least for me. Yeah, this is so good. It's so, whoa. This is something I've never had before, and when I told Rajat that I was making it, he was like, oh yeah, that's comfort food. That's comfort food. It's tomatoey, but because this is an Indian spice dish, there's so much flavor going on, so it doesn't just feel like a tomato soup. The curry leaves, I think for me, like I just really love curry leaves, and I want to just like keep them open in my kitchen at all times because I just think the smell is like intoxicating. I feel like warm weather or cold weather, this would be really good. I mean, it's hot right now and I'm digging it. What is happening outside today? There's like 30 buses outside my window. When it comes to the spice for this, obviously I bought it pre-made. There's a famous brand that makes it, MTR, if you're looking online. This is obviously about to be a really silly statement, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I'm just continuously surprised by how much I just don't know. Like, we all live in kind of our own food bubbles, and I hope one of the things that you can take away from this show is that there's a lot of room to step outside those bubbles and try new things, because there might be flavors that you like and you can find them replicated in other cultures and find dishes that you will love. I hope these inspired you to look at rice a little differently, but if you want more inspiration, here are 2 more rice episodes. We love rice on this channel. I will see you all next week.